Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back this week for some Loud Thumbs news with Nick. And I am Nick, and I need a mic. So here we go. It's Friday, everybody. TGIF. If you know what the other F for is for, let me know in the comments. I'd like to see how cool some of you are out there. How cool are you? So TGIFF to both of you, all of you, whoever you, okay? Um, so yes, it is Friday, February 9th. Got some news to go over again here today. And we got some stuff. We're going to talk about Take-Two, some Grand Theft Auto stuff happening, some shakeups more, there. We'll find out what that's all about. PlayStation, maybe throwing around some numbers here and there, maybe putting pies in faces. Who knows whose face the pie goes into? It's hard to tell. And big numbers and some surprises from some other games, as well as Final Fantasy and Helldivers. We're going to get into that here now. First thing we want to talk about here is some somber news. Not bad. Maybe not bad news, but not great news either. But the whole situation happening right now with Take-Two has caused at least one delay we know of. Okay, and we can speculate about some other delays, but as of right now, they are mainly focusing on just one that has been confirmed, and that is Take-Two's delayed the new action RPG series from the developer of Ori, Moon Studios. So it says it did get pushed a quarter, and as always, we will be moving. We will move something if we feel like it. If we just want to give it a little more polish, so it can be the best it can be, and be. There's a lot of B's in here, so it can be the best bet it can be, and be an even more amazing experience for consumers. That's a wild quote to even try and read, to be honest with you. So basically, more polish, better game. That's what they're saying. But we'll just find out. I mean, we'll see. The game here, they do talk about it a little bit. It says Moon Studios plans to offer an in-depth look at No Rest for the Wicked's gameplay and systems during a digital showcase on March 1st. So watch out for that. This game did look pretty. It looked pretty unique. I mean, in a way. I mean, looks pretty. I'll put it that way. And as they are quoted as saying here, for the past 6 years, we've been hard at work on our dream passion project and a next level action RPG fueled by the love of our ambition for tight gameplay mechanics and world building. I mean, sounds like they're excited to do what they're going to do, and I'm curious to see what they come up with. I'm always interested in something new that gets my attention, but it is a bit of a bummer for people out there that are looking forward to it. Still coming, just a little bit late. So watch out for that. Get into some of the thicker news that we have here from an unfortunate situation on our hands when it comes down to Take-Two. All right. So Take-Two is shuffling things around. Looks like it's a delay, even though there wasn't a date exactly, but GTA 6 is getting pushed back based on speculations. So there was an earnings call that happened from Take-Two, and it looks like GTA 6 is going to be getting pushed from early 2025 to probably mid or late 2025 based on the numbers that they're set out here to go with. And that whole situation it's interesting to me. We'll read about it here. So it says in some research that in a research note titled 7 billion means no GTA in fiscal year 2025, the analysts wrote, "We can only surmise that GTA 6 will be slipped out of fiscal year 2025 in line with our earlier expectations." Management had said that next year's booking numbers will be just over 7 billion, a far cry from the initial comments of 8 billion in May, and its first revision of the just under 8 billion in November that they had added. The drop makes us almost certain anyway, that GTA 6 will now be released next fiscal year, meaning after the March, April cutoff for the fiscal year for Rockstar or for Take-Two. So they're not going to have this coming out right away. And, I mean, that's a bit of a bummer. The earlier the better on this game, as far as I'm concerned. I think it's one of those deals. And it should be, one of those, hey, give me the good stuff. And let's see, let's see it. Like, show it to me. Or give me something, at least, before too late, right? We're in February, so February, a year from now, we should know a lot more about this game because we should be 6 months out, right? So I think we're seeing maybe that summer release, maybe that June release date. I'm not 100% certain. That's all rumor runways, right? Or, just speculation in general. However, I think this is kind of where they're going when it comes down to it. I feel like this will be more of a summer release game because there's not a whole lot of summer games. And if there are, they have to be really banger games to get you to sit down in the nice weather in summer and play, right? And I don't know why. Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't look up the dates for the release dates on the other games, but for some reason, to me, it feels like Grand Theft Auto 5 released in the summer. And I'm going to look at that right now, just on the fly, because I am curious. It was September. So what was that? You could say late summer, early fall, right? September 17th. And I mean, I remember playing this game a lot. And I remember being pretty nice out. I remember the windows opened and, just kicking back with a broom, playing some games. And I don't know, there's that feeling. Like, there's just something about the summer feeling that this is going to be what we get from Rockstar. But the bigger part I want to talk about is not just only that delay, is there's been some conversations that Take-Two has. Maybe they're going to be doing some layoffs. They've done some shuffling around, and I can't tell you the 100% right now off the top of my head what the quote was, but more or less, like, they were quoted as saying that they're restructuring financially, cutting costs, that kind of stuff. I think all those things mean we're going to see a layoff coming at some point, and I think that's more just, here we go. Like, it's just all the same again. But too much of that going around, and unfortunately, there's not a whole lot we can do to stop it. I mean, we're buying games, we're playing games, but it's not fixing it. I don't know how to fix it. I wish I did, because I would. But that's it for me on that one. It's kind of a bummer. It's kind of a bummer. So moving on, next bit of news here is we might be getting some airships in some Final Fantasy Remake Part 3, whatever they call that. But yeah, it's hinted at here that over on GameRant.com says Final Fantasy VII Remake's untitled third installment will have an airship travel via Sid's Highwind, as revealed by the creative director Tetsuya Nomura. Says the currently unnamed installment of Final Fantasy VII Remake Saga will see the return of one of the original's most popular elements, airship travel, using Sid's trusty vessel, the Highwind. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is set to finally launch this month. Obviously, we've talked about that. I've talked about it enough here on the news. I will be playing that one. I'm currently playing Remake. And it says Square Enix has confirmed that the two games are part of a trilogy and that the third and final installment is reportedly already being written as of this writing. So something to look forward to for Final Fantasy fans and new to the series guys like me. I think this is cool. I mean, I know of the airships. I can remember them vaguely from Final Fantasy X when I played through that one back when it launched. So that's a while for me to run back in my brain and think of. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this ends up going and what they do with it, because they're knocking it out of the park with these remakes. So yeah, good stuff. Let's move on. PlayStation putting pies in Xbox's face. Let's just be honest here. PS5 has outsold Xbox Series X and S 2-1, data suggests here. PlayStation had an investor presentation that came out on Thursday, And its quarterly financial results, the company said 77 million current gen consoles had been sold as of December 31st, 2023, representing combined PS5 and Xbox Series X sales. The data was this data was sourced from researching from this particular data here. It says, assuming Sony's consoles managed to sell at least another 1.34 million units during the remainder of December, and that the data Take-Two shared and it is accurate, PS5's lifetime sales would be double those of Xbox Series X and S. That's a lot of consoles. I'm not surprised. It's 77 million PlayStation 5s. I am privileged enough, thankful enough, grateful enough to own all the consoles. So it's very nice. But I wouldn't have thought 2-to-1 yet. But we know where Xbox is going. They're leaving the console, at least speculative, right? They're leaving consoles. Like they're not worried about selling consoles. So this is kind of a moot point, but I wanted to talk about it, see what you guys think in the comments, and get your inputs on it, because we're all going to be buying a lot more PlayStations, right? If they're going to put all their games on, other consoles, what's the point? Why buy two consoles when you can buy one, right? So anyway, I think it's pretty crazy. I think it's pretty cool. And I mean, I will say I had my PlayStation 5 before I had my Xbox Series X. And that was because of the games. And that console just had the games. I had the single player stuff I wanted to play. And the Xbox has been lacking on that since the first year it launched. And it did get me. It got me to buy it, within the first few months. But I wasn't as early of an adopter as I was with the PlayStation 5. So you guys let me know what you guys are out there. What do you favor, Xbox or PlayStation? And what do you think about this 2-to-1 number? Is it surprising to you? I mean, I was a little taken back by it because I didn't expect it to be that much. I mean, I know they're winning, but I'm like, wow, that's quite a bit more. So that's cool. Let's go here. Moving on to Helldivers 2 is a success. It's a successful game, guys. And I want to play this game. It's a budget title. It's like $40. It's an online only game. I get it. It's a battle pass, microtransaction, live service, all that, right? They just want more of your money. And I get it. We're not escaping it. If the game's fun, I'll play for it, or pay to play the game. The problem was there was a pretty bad launch this started with, and there was a lot of pay to win stuff happening that came out. It got really negative reviews. It was only running about a 50% on Steam for, reviews. It was pretty negative. It was mostly negative is what they would have called it. But we do have a little bit of a comeback story happening. We'll continue to watch it and see where it goes from here. But according to Steam, the game's peak concurrent players count is currently 81,840. Which was achieved at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. So this would have been yesterday. And it says this gives a higher peak concurrent players let's start over. This gives a higher peak concurrent player count than God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Complete Edition, and The Last of Us Part 1. Out of all the PlayStation games that have launched on PC, this is the best concurrent player count that a game has received. And they're going up against the big dogs. God of War, Horizon, Last of Us. I mean, those are the big dogs. Those are Sony's big dogs. I mean, come on. It's three of the biggest dogs right there they got. And that's pretty awesome. 81,000. God of War was next at 73,000. Spider-Man was 66. Horizon was 56. Last of Us was 36. So, I mean, we're talking big numbers, not just a little bit. And the game does look great. It looks like a lot of fun. It looks like it'd be a fun team game. And it's definitely highly inspired, at least for me, just looking at it, of like a Star Wars feel. Something about it just feels spacey and Star Warsy. And I don't know everything about this game, but I want to know what you guys think about it. Is it a game I should pick up and play? Is there, three of you guys out there want to play? And I'd pick it up for $40 if there's a good time, had, on the weekends, a few hours at a time. But The problem was that, it did launch in a negative state as far as everybody was concerned. Shortly after the game was released on Thursday, I mentioned there the reviews mixed is what they were at, with 52% submitting reviews marked as mostly positive. That's okay. I mean, that's mixed. Yeah, 50-50 almost. But the consensus among the negative reviews appeared to revolve around server issues and the game's tendency to crash, with some players trying the latter to the game's use. Okay, I'm not even going to read that sentence because it doesn't make any sense to me at all. But essentially, they all just kept trying to get online, and it was failing over and over and over. And it would crash when they would get online. So there's just big server issues, which you can't really have on a game like this. This is what the game runs on, It's fuel. But says, since then, however, the tide appears to have shifted somewhat. And while the game is tagged as mixed, the Steam store, it's... Oh my gosh, I can't read today, guys. That's what it is. While the game is still tagged as mixed on the Steam store, its ratio has improved, with around 68% of reviews now showing as positive. So it's jumped 16% to be exact. And I mean, that's good. That's a good thing. We want to see those games, continue to push forward and, make them better. I did read reports. Some people were complaining about the pay to win sort of situations going on. I hope that gets fixed, because that is something I'm highly against. I am okay with cosmetics and all this other garbage that you want to put in microtransactions on, but I'm absolutely not going to play a game where I have to pay money to be better at it, to be able to win at it. Absolutely not. If I win, I win. If I suck, I suck. But the game should not want my money based on one or the other, period. So that's the end of it. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Did you guys check it out? What are your thoughts on Helldivers? Are you one of the mixed people? Are you the negative? Are you the positive? Did you have issues or not have issues? I'm curious, Let me know what you think about the Final Fantasy stuff too. What do you think? You gonna fly some airships around? How do you think that's gonna work? We're already getting kind of an open world with Remake, or Rebirth, I should say. Just gonna build on to that now. Seems kind of interesting. Will we get that on PS5, or is that going to be a PS6 title? Who knows? They're only writing it right now. Think about that. And all the Take-Two stuff, what's going on there? I mean, does that stir you up? They're just slowing things down, restructuring a little bit, trying to save money, it seems like. But I think those layoffs might hit. And I've just been doing this long enough to listen and understand. I think it might be a little bit of something I'm sensing. But we'll have to wait and see. That's just what happens in games and news, right? Wait and see. But yes, that is it for today, this Friday. We're going to kick it out of here now. In about an hour, about 7 p.m. Eastern time, you guys need to head over and watch, again, follow, get the notifications. Twitch, YouTube will be live again. We're doing the podcast tonight. Reviewing Golden Sun for the Game Boy Advance, so that'll be fun to talk about as well. So you guys can come over there, hit us up in the chat, chat over there every Friday. We got something podcasting going on, and it's always fun to get more of you guys involved in the chat while we record and get your opinions on things. It's always a good time. And as for this, if you guys are watching the news right now and you enjoy it, biggest thing you can do is share it for me. Hit the like button, subscribe, all those good things. Hit the bell so you can see notifications. If you didn't like the video, hit the dislike. That's fine as well. I need to know what's going on out there. I got to make content you guys enjoy, and I enjoy making all of it. But that's it for me. Happy Friday to everybody. Don't forget to let me know if you know what the extra F means in TGIFF. And until next time, remember, controllers need exercise too. So keep those thumbs loud.